Welcome to another Millionaire Profit Systems production. This program is all about forum marketing. Forum marketing is still one of the best ways to generate targeted traffic and even to get backlinks to your website. What we're going to talk about in this video is how you can find forums, how to use them, and how to work on them. Now, firstly, what you have to do is decide what niche you are in. So, you've got a website, you've got some keywords for it, so you need to find forums related to that niche. Now, not all forums are going to be suitable for us. So now we can obviously type into Google our keyword in quotes and then forum. So if my keyword was weight loss, I could do search for weight loss forum. Now, remember, as well as forums, of course, there are also Facebook groups that are very similar in many respects. They allow the interaction of people and the discussion of a subject. So you can always find Facebook groups as well within Facebook. But we're going to specifically focus on forums. But the rules and the principles are the same for Facebook groups, the same for Yahoo groups, and anything like that. Now you can see here there's plenty of them, so we can go through and we can look for them, look at each one. But there's a few things to consider before we go rushing off looking for these forums. What we need to do is we need to decide what we're going to do on the forums. Because if you are planning on just posting something in your signature file and using that to get traffic, you've got to check the rules of the forums. Not all forums allow signatures. Not all forums allow links in the signatures. Some forums restrict the use of signatures until you have a certain number of posts. So you don't want to rush off and join forums and start posting away, only to realise that actually it's no good for you because you cannot use the signature to get traffic. You can't get traffic from that forum to your site. The idea is that you join the forum, you post to it, you use it, and you become an authority figure in that forum. And then people will obviously see your posts, they will see your signature in the post, they will click on the links and go to your website. Now obviously, this does mean that you can't work in too many forums. I couldn't go and join 20, 30 forums and expect to keep up to date with them all. That's just way too difficult. What you can do is pick the top 3 or 4, somewhere between sort of 2 and 4. You don't want too many. It depends upon your time, basically. You can expect to spend, maybe an hour a day per forum. So if you've got lots of time and you're willing to spend the time, then by all means join lots of forums. But for most of us, what we would do is we'd pick the 3, 4, 5 maybe forums that are the best. So we're going to pick the highest traffic, the most relevant to our particular niche, and they're the ones we're going to focus on. So if my niche was weight loss, that's quite broad, but maybe I'm targeting senior weight loss or teenage weight loss or weight loss after pregnancy, for example. What I would do is I would go and find the most specific and targeted forums that I can for that subject, and I would join them. But before I joined, I would check about the rules for signatures. I would check about advertising on there as well, because if it goes well and you find that you're doing well with the forum, perhaps it's something you could pay for some advertising on it. It really does depend upon your budget and your needs. So what you do is you find your forums based on that criteria, and basically you really want to have that ability to put your signature in your posts. Once you've found the forums, you sign up and you join. You fill out your profile, you point your profile to your website. Once you've done that, you're ready to go. Now, when it comes to joining in the forums, the first thing to do on most of them, and again, check on the forums because in some it's different, is people post an introductory post. So you post a post about yourself saying, hi, nice to see everyone, blah, blah, blah. Now, remember in this that you do need to be honest because, you can sort of try making things up, but if you start posting on a forum that, hey, I'm this person that's trying to lose weight, blah, 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 oh dear, it's been so difficult, and then they go to your website and they see a website promoting a weight loss product, they're going to go, that's rubbish. That person's inconsistent. They're telling me they want to lose weight, yet they're promoting a weight loss product. So obviously it's not working. So you've got to be sort of consistent here in your story. So if you are using an alter ego or a pseudonym, make sure your story is consistent. I'd make sure that you fill out your forum profile fully, include the photograph as well, bits about you, things like that. That all helps to make it look good and help you really understand. Now, before you start posting, what you have to remember is that you are a professional. You are there to promote your business. That's what you have to think. You're not there to start flame wars with people and argue with people or to say nasty things. Every single post you make on that forum is linked to your website in whatever way. If people read your post and it's negative or it's bad or it's harmful to someone, they're going to associate that with your website. And in some cases, you'll find yourself kicked off the forums. You know, and you have to remember that sometimes you find a lot of people will be members of multiple forums. So you could find that it damages your chances to promote your business on many, many forums. People talk about things they don't like and things that annoy them far more than they talk about good experiences and things that are good. So what you might find is that if you do irritate people and rub them all up the wrong way, then you'll find that very quickly your reputation will, and your website's reputation will spread within that niche, and then you'll find it very, very hard to make any sales at all because nobody is going to want to know. So you've got to be very professional when it comes to posting on your forums. So you join up, you sign up, and you make an introduction post. Once you make an introduction post, you go and look at other people's posts and you answer them. You add value. You start new posts. The key here is you're adding value and demonstrating your authority in the niche. You want people to read your posts and think that you are an authority figure and that they have to click through to your website and see what's going on. You know, this is very, very important. So you answer posts, you're helpful, you give them lots of good information, but not so much that they don't need to buy your product. You give them enough that they sort of think, yeah, this is really good, this guy knows what they're talking about. Then they come through to your website and they buy your product to get the rest of it. But you've got to be careful, because if you're seen to be deliberately holding back information, people are going to get upset and annoyed with you. So it's quite a balance to get, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's not too difficult as long as you just think first. Think before you post. You know, when it comes to starting new posts, start new threads on the forum, but provide valuable information, something useful. But before you do any of that, make sure you're familiar with the rules of the forum. Every forum will have somewhere where it tells you all about what you should and should not do. Make sure you read that and you're 100% familiar with it so that you can make sure you adhere to those rules. Because if you go off the rails and you break the rules, you can very, very easily find yourself banned completely from that forum. So again, you don't want that because a lot of your hard work will be wasted. So make sure that you spend the time, you sit and think about it, and you really, really concentrate on producing some good quality posts. And if you do that and you post regularly and frequently, you'll find that you'll start to establish yourself as an authority figure to the people in that group. And then they'll start to follow you, they'll want to connect with you on Facebook and Twitter, they'll want to visit your website, they'll sign up to your list, they'll buy your products. And before you know it, you'll very, very quickly have a good following. But it's important that you post regularly. You know, don't spam the forums to death with, you know, buy my products or come and visit my website for this great product, because you'll be kicked off and blacklisted pretty much by everyone in that niche. You don't directly promote your products. You can pay for advertising. That's something you could do, but you do not directly promote your products. Not unless you are very, very specifically asked to do so. Most cases you cannot promote your products, and that's a very, very bad breach of etiquette that will get you removed from the forums. So, you know, all you do is you add massive value, you demonstrate your expertise, people will see your signature link, come through to your website and go, this person's an expert. They'll buy, sign up, or whatever it might be. Now, of course, we can do Google, we can go onto Facebook and we can find all our Facebook groups, but we can also go to this site. This is big-boards.com. They're a very, very big site that's got lots and lots of forum posts and forums on it. You can see here a lot of the forums, and you can go, there's some of them, but you can go through and you can search. and find ones that you really want to look for. So this is another option for you, and you see there's lots of options there, lots of categories, lots of resources. So you can always use this site to find them if you want to. But I do think that forum marketing is very, very powerful. In sort of these days after sort of the Panda and the Penguin updates, we found ourselves struggling a little, I think, everybody, with link building and getting our sites ranking. We found that it can be hard to get a site to the top of the search engines and get decent traffic because Google will just change its ranking algorithms and all your backlinks will suddenly be completely worthless. So something like this, where you're marketing on forums like these here, or those you found on Facebook or on Google, means that you're communicating directly with your target market. And obviously, that means that you're 100% in control, you're talking to them directly, you're not relying on Google to send you traffic. And a lot of people are finding that since the Penguin update, forum marketing has become even more important, even more vital to getting traffic. Because people love their forums, they love their Facebook groups, they're passionate about them, it's part of their identity, it's where they love to be, they've got lots of friends there. And by joining in and becoming an authority figure and one of the crowd, these people will start to follow you and want to know more. But like I said, the thing to remember is that you cannot go in there like a bull in the china shop, promoting your product and not adding value. If you are not going to add value and really sort of work to establish yourself as an authority in a niche, forget this method of marketing because it will not work for you. This is not for lazy marketers. This is for people that want to build a solid following in the niche where they have people that think they are an authority and are very, very keen to hear more from them, wants to buy their products and so on. So if that's what you want to do, forum marketing will work for you. If you're looking for a push button solution where you can just press a button, sit back and earn thousands of dollars while you're lying in bed in the morning, this isn't for you. But forum marketing is effective. It's very, very effective. It's a good way of directly communicating with your target market. You know, we all talk about we need targeted traffic, and what better way of getting that targeted traffic than to become an authority figure on one of the niche's forums. You know, go find the major forums in the niches, become an authority figure, and people will follow you. They'll want to know more. They'll want to visit your website and so on. So forum marketing is very, very effective. But like I said, don't try and join too many because you get overwhelmed. Just join somewhere between 2 and 4, 5 if you've got lots of free time. But for most people, 2 to 4 is plenty. It's more than enough for them to get going and to really start establishing themselves as an authority and getting traffic. Make sure you find the best forums in your niche that allow signature files, and you'll get some great traffic from it. So go and find your forums today, search in Google, find some on Facebook, sign up, participate, and start funneling traffic to your website where you'll see high levels of conversion because they are targeted traffic.